Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz. It is May 23, 2017 at 12:58 a.m. in Birmingham. And topic, well, I guess you can see by the picture what the topic's going to be. And I'm going there because of a couple of reasons. But I want to read you, if you don't mind, kind of what I'm seeing today and what I'm reading and what other people are getting excited about. When they get excited, I do too. Guru Blue Dog, IMO, as I see things, Iraq articles and seeing Iraqi TV channels that put things in print on their sites. First, to see that agriculture is not meeting the budget. And we see that OPEC is working to cut production. As you have seen oil prices rising, Saudis to visit Iraq energy minister soon. Now Iraq can pay off all their debts. So come on, we've got this figured in there, and you know that. Trump's visit will, IMO, take care of this to bring Iraq budget back to abundance. You see country after country coming in to sign deals with Iraq. Kuwait is drooling over their investment payment. Let me tell you what Kuwait did. They said, instead of you paying us the final balance of what you owe, we want to make that amount as an investment in your oil production. So then what I'm going to read is going to make that appear like a Apple investment in its infancy, or just for feet when it was a baby. So you know where I'm going with that, right? And let me read you two more. From across the pond, since last Friday, we got everything leading up to the public release of the RV. The information let us know something good is about to happen. And part of that should be today and every day the rest of this week, just based on the information. We know preparations were underway for celebrations last Saturday, and Prime Minister did send out a tweet, sounds like somebody I know, about the liberation of Mosul in the past tense, and said that economic reforms were being initiated. We heard all their goals had been accomplished in the west of Mosul. Right now, through today, 97% of Mosul is liberated. Now, I went on a map, and I went to see the exact place where Mosul still had ISIS in it. It was clearly down to a small neighborhood. It's in the northeast, and it's alongside of the river. And it's a small area. It looked to be like 8 or 10 square blocks. And that was about it. So let me read the last one, and I saved what I thought was, you'll see. These countries, and this is Britling by him, these countries, they're pulling their businesses together because they want Western-style bank accounts. It's that simple. You have Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and these guys where the elite live like kings and everyone else is second-rate citizens. And then they look at Dubai and Abu Dhabi and all these guys, and they say, how come we can't have that? We're doing the same thing. We're following the same laws, and we worship the same God. They are going to put together a new economy. And guess what? You and I are right in the middle of it, guys. Not only that, but you can't have access to the Middle East unless you go through Iraq. this is something that, again, I don't get too excited too often, and I'm not about to tell you that they're going to RV. In my honest opinion, I believe the rapture of the church will occur either prior to that or just shortly after an RV. But something else is going to make a difference. And I hate this, and you're going to hear me later in a blog, not today, probably tonight. But Trump did a couple of no-nos. While he did not bow to Saudi Arabia king, he did sell them $360 billion worth of armaments. And they're the leading country that sends out to terrorists all they need. So that's bad. And another thing, it was D.C. that asked him, do not go on the Temple Mount with a Jew and pray. And that might be why his daughter and his daughter's husband went to a different place on the Temple Mount to pray. It appears that Trump was alone with other than his bodyguards. So if D.C. asked him not to go on the Temple Mount and pray with a Jew, then, in my opinion, his prayer, although it did bring about a prophecy from 3,000 years ago in Kings, not much more that he has done has been of good. He today appears to be turning his back on the Jews. And this really upsets me. And I wanted to throw that in. But with Trump, and the point I was going to make, with him so buddy-buddy, all of a sudden, with the Muslims, the Islamic world, bumping elbows, then I believe he will have a tremendous influence on Iraq that he is supposed to meet before he comes back to the United States. Just wanted to pass that along. So I sure would love to fly that plane one more time. Pilot, by the way, sits in the left seat. You're looking at a passenger in the right seat. But I don't see myself buying one. I just don't think so. Not that I won't have the money. If they RV, I'll certainly have the money. But I'm not sure I want to. Too late in the game when I'm going to get a flying horse pretty soon anyway, that in heaven I'll ride back with the Lord to defeat the rest of the evil that's here on earth. I'll have a horse that flies as fast as that plane and probably a little more comfortable. Jody Wolf, Expoz.